Yeah, I really feel like I want to share this with you. It's a subject that keeps on surfacing in my consciousness these last days, and for me, that's a clear sign that I need to express this to you. So it's around money and the true purpose of money, and specifically the fact that it's not the money that you want. What you actually want is the feeling that having all this money promises you. So, let's explain it a bit deeper. So, what let's say, I'm going to give you my personal example. If I imagine, and you can join here with me, if I imagine myself to have all the money that I want, maybe I can take a breath, maybe I can relax. I have all this money. I feel bliss. I feel, I don't gotta worry about nothing. I feel, it's all good. I don't need to stress about nothing. This is my personal projection on money. So it's like that is the real wealth for me. And here is where you can give your unique touch to what I'm talking about. If you imagine for yourself, if you see yourself having all this money that you want, how does that make you feel? What would you do? Maybe you would travel. Maybe you would start a family. Maybe you would drive supercars. Maybe you would buy a big piece of land. But whatever you would do, how would you feel doing that thing? So, for example, you could say let's say you would want a lot of money because your dream is to buy this supercar, but driving this supercar would make you feel so excited. It would be so fun. It would be so... Maybe you could share it with your friends, you could say to your friend, hey, come in my supercar, we're going to drive and have a great time. So that would make you feel excited and fun and adventurous. So it's what you want actually is excitement, fun and adventure. And then you find ways in your daily life to bring about these qualities. Okay? But this is just for that one specific example. Think about it. We can go for another example. So my personal example was, I would see myself, if I had all this money, I see myself not worrying about anything. I see myself being chill, relax. I see myself being happy. I see myself sharing with friends. I see myself saying to my friends, hey, come over, chill, grab a beer. Don't worry about nothing. Let's have a good time. So that would make me feel so safe. It would make me feel so surrounded by friends. It would make me feel so... I don't need to worry. I would feel so relaxed. That's my example. We went over it another time. We can go over another example. Let's say if you would have a lot of money, you would dream of buying a massive piece of land. And on that piece of land, you would do planting trees and building lakes and building houses, and so maybe what you are projecting on this dream, the dream of having a lot of land, the dream of having a lot of money to buy a lot of land, would be because you, in that imagination, in that dream, you would feel creative. You would feel space around you. You would feel spaciousness. You would feel safe. You would feel like, I got my piece of land. Nobody's watching. Maybe I can walk around naked if I want, or whatever. You know, it's your imagination. You can write your own rules. But so, no matter what the example is, what you want to do is bring the qualities of your projection into your daily life. So the most accurate example I can give you is mine, so here it is. Because my dream, because my particular imagination, when I imagine myself having all this money, I would feel relaxed, calm, don't need to worry about anything, I can share with friends. Okay, so because that is the real wealth, the feeling that I am projecting is my real wealth. So all that I need to do is find ways of bringing the qualities of don't worry, relax, share with friends, take it easy, have fun. If I bring these qualities into my daily life, then I align myself with the vibration of what is really my wealth. Because the money is not the real wealth. Think about it, money would be nothing without all these other things that you could spend it on. So the money itself is not what you're looking for. You are looking for all these things that it can afford. And specifically, you are looking for how that will make you feel. You are looking for that feeling that you will feel when you finally feel that you can afford what you really want. And that's the real wealth, the real richness is found in what you imagine you will feel like. The real richness is the feeling that you get by imagining yourself to be rich. Because let me tell you, I feel so rich right now. I feel fucking rich. The number in my bank account, some people would call it pitiful. Some people would say, I need that only for a Saturday night. But that's how much money I have. But I feel, so relaxed, baby. I feel so, like when I encounter an opportunity in my day to worry about something, I say, what do I dream of? Being relaxed, not worrying about stuff. Chill and share with friends. So when an opportunity, when something happens that could stress me out, when something happens that could make me uneasy and worried, I just stop it, you know, and the more I do this, the more I feel the qualities of having all this money. I feel safe. I feel chill. You know, I feel fulfilled. I feel fulfilled in this process. It doesn't matter how much money is in my bank account, but I have enough to have fun. And that is my highest projection of what would having all this money would mean. So I talked about it enough. I think you get the idea. Take some time with yourself. Imagine yourself, visualize yourself having all this money and what you would do if you had all this money. But most importantly, focus on how that would make you feel. And you know, you can write it down. I feel this. And take your time with it. Enjoy the process. Alright, I'm pretty sure you get it now. I'm gonna go have fun. Wow. Yeah.